everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vice and today we are watching To Be Hero X episode 15. In the last episode, oh my god, did so much happen. Aliens. Aliens are a thing now. Aliens exist. They crashed on Earth with a spacecraft and the metal from it can apparently stop the effects of fear and trust. So that was a new development. I love that. The introduction of aliens is just so out of left field for me. I just didn't expect it at all. I feel like my entire world view of this show has shifted. I'm just really curious where the story is going to go with that. I feel like we're done with Lolly's story. It felt like it was pretty wrapped up for her, but I feel like we're just starting on the story about the council that we were shown of all like the hero agency heads and what they're actually doing in the background and how that might be affecting heroes in just day-to-day life. I do think we're probably going to follow the story of Ghostblade next, just because he was introduced officially in the last episode, and so it just makes sense the way things were going beforehand, that once we introduce a new character into this arc, we usually follow them in the next arc. But that said, I'm super excited to keep watching, so without further ado, let's get into it. Flowers? From his feet? Who are you? Ooh. Oh, you're dead, and that's Ghostblade. Let him go. What does that mean? Oh my god. Sheng was my 175th target? It is Ghostblade. Oh my god. I knew it was, but like this is the episode for him, and it is dark already. Oh my god. This is insane already. Oh my god. Oh my god. Because of that? Is it still alive? Oh my god. And that's what you use to then kill them when they're calm. FOMO. Went to a restaurant I frequent and saw this handsome guy. Does anyone have his contact info? He looks like a regular at this restaurant. I wonder why I never noticed him before. It must be because I was too focused on the food. That's creepy. What a creepy social media post. Oh my god. I found out he works at the butcher shop. I snuck a short video of him. Boss, give me 5 pounds of whatever's in this video. Heart, heart. That's wild. That's insane, because he's nobody right now. He's just a civilian. And these people are just flocking to him and basically like objectifying him. Crazy. You gain trust. This is how you gained the trust, because you went viral on social media? But not long after I became the biggest laughingstock. How? That's crazy that you gain that much trust from social media. Affective disorder. Interesting title. Oh. They're all profiting from him. Oh, you met with Mr. Shand. Ignores him.
連合20年、ついに俺はあの雑多でうるさい場所を離れ、
To become an
ク
assassin
ー
with
ル
who
な
though?
殺し屋になった。
Just on your own, or?
そのクールな名前は黙殺。
Ghostblade is a very cool name, I will say.
ターゲットに関する余計な情報は聞かない。なぜなら聞く価値もないからだ。
You couldn't have known that though. You just didn't want to deal with it if you were wrong.
貪欲さは罪、弱きことは罪、
Oh my god.
暴力は罪、
Violence is wrong, but you enact violence. Oh my
知りすぎ
god.
ることも同じく罪だ。
Ghostblade is scary.
彼も俺が雇われの身だと理解している。死んだ後俺を呪わないでく
You
れ。
probably will, because you did it anyway. It's that thing! Oh my god, it's coming back! We haven't seen it in a few episodes. Year 23 after commission. I'm trying to keep track of the timeline.
こうなった以上なんとか言ったら。
チャンランは俺がヒーローになってからベーグル路地で出会った女性だ。その176日後、彼女は俺の妻になった。
Oh! And then he grabs her. He comes closer anyway. She looks like she doesn't even care. She's still on her phone. Did you fall in love in an instant because she didn't care? Because she's
彼
silent?
女ほど静かな人を
Because she's
見たことが
calm.
なかった。
Still on her phone. Like nothing's wrong. That's
街
so
灯の光
funny.
がうるさく感じないかと心配したほどだ。
In an instant. She doesn't even care.
その日、俺は悟った。ロマンチックな言葉よりも、
Oh, it was just sitting
無言で
together in
心が通じ合
silence.
ってこそ、
A silent understanding. Yeah.
健
Oh.
やかなる時も病める時も喜びの時も悲しみの時も
Wow. I never expected a love story for Ghostblade. She's still on her phone, even at her wedding. Are they both silent? Oh, she texted it. That's cute.
ご会におめでとうございます。
Pregnant? Oh, that got her a
初めて彼女が携帯を
reaction.
手放した。映画の上映中、突然照明がついたかのような意外な出来事だった。
Oh, that's what started it. No, no. Oh my god, was he the creepy stalker?
ちゃんとした家庭が必要。だから自分を変えたの。あなたにもできるはず。
She's putting her foot down.
争いから離れて、私たちの両親もいい年よ。呼び寄せて一緒に暮らしたい。
Oh, that's not what he wants. No, no, no.
みんなで一緒に暮らしたい。
Nope. She's changed and you haven't. You want silence. Yeah, this is just triggering him. Even though they might be different now, he still has this image of them in his head, so he's not gonna want anything to do with them.
黙ってないで。なんとか言ってよ。話せないのは分かってる。せめてうなずくか何かしてよ。態度は示してる。よく分かったわ。お互いを尊重しましょう。ののと出ていく。これで。
Is their daughter No-No? But this poor man, he's just losing everyone.
子供の頃家族に言われた。俺は確かに病気だ。感情を表に出せないし、何が感情なのかも判別できない。分かっているのは自分がやるべきことだけだ。最近理解できる
And
よ
so
う
he
になった。
stalked them.
俺が豚をさばくとき、なぜ親父はそばで見るだけだったか。
Oh my god.
そしてアーションが死ぬ前に語った言葉と目に溜めていたものの意味を。
His daughter's No-No. That's why he was following her. He's been following her entire
ベ
life.
ーグル路地、偶然だな。誰かにつけられてるの
Oh
か。
my god, he doesn't know she's talking about him. He thinks that it's the bunny that he just saw. That's why he bites the bunny. Oh my god. He has no idea because he doesn't understand.
ストーカー？俺が手にかけるのは殺されても仕方がない連中だけだ。ののに手を出すと
Oh
は
my
よ
god.
ほど死にたいらしい。
Never in a million years did I think the reason Ghostblade was following her was because it's his daughter. I love seeing this from his perspective. To him, he's saving his daughter. You did misunderstand.
二人は何をしている
Oh, and that's why he leaves. It has nothing to do with her being a cute girl at all. He just realized he misunderstood and left.
サイは成人になったってこと。ノノはもう大人よ。あなたのプレゼントは子供の頃に好きだったものだわ。どんなものが好みでどんな趣味があるか少しも知らない。自分の娘を理解しようと思ったことはないの。
Wow.
あの子
You're
の父親は
already dead to her.
もういない。
Wow. So then
娘がどんな状況か俺は何も分かってい
you
なかっ
went
た
to her bedroom.
何を考えているのか何を望んでい
And the
る
board you were
のか
looking at was the board that you
言葉にする
created
こと
then,
でしか
right?
手に入れることができないものもあるのだ
Well, you wanted to speak on the phone and you
初め
couldn't,
て
so it just
喋
sounded
りたい衝動に
creepy.
駆られただけど無理だった俺の口は信頼値に
My
よって
lips had
塞
been
がれてい
sealed by
る
my believers. That's right, because it affects what you can do, not just your power.
自分の娘を理解するために綿密
But
な
you
計
still
画を
tried to
立
go
てる
against
必
that
要
and
があ
call
る
her. Okay, yeah, that board was yours. Oh, you
娘が好
tried.
きな歌手の歌を聴き
Oh, you really tried.
友達と行った映画も見てみた娘の好みや
It's still
考え
like
方
you're
は
still stalking
絶
her.
えず変化していく隣にいるピンク色の髪の子の影響だった
And that's why you had a photo of her. Weird clothes. Bad influence.
子供の一生を形成するのは両親ではなく大切な友達だあの子と一緒にいるようになり全てが変わった
Oh my god. Oh
娘の成長に干渉するつもりはなかったがどっし
My
り見
God.
守るのが父親だとはいえ不良になる娘を見て耐えるしかないと
Oh, this is so sad.
もしもしなんなのよ
And he can't say
も
anything.
しかして例の気持ち悪い変態野郎ね
大変です尾行実験室が襲撃されましたなんだと現場に向かわせていますが
各事務所はヒーローを派遣して救援をお願いします。
現場へは目
Yeah,
殺を
Ghostblade
行
is
かせる
his.
あの目殺が
Oh, a call with someone else.
さっきは誰と電話をしていた尾行実験室へ向かえトラブルが起きた
And he knows his daughter works there.
大丈夫だったかゼロエリアは恐怖粒子が漏れ出しましたここから離れて
And now he gets to see an actual interaction between a father and a daughter. Oh my god.
大丈夫かこれがずっと作っていたものなのか目殺がいるあとは任せようこの格好でヒーローごっこをしていたのかここに連れてきたのは科学に触れてもらうためだもう危険なことはするな連合会から許可を得たすぐに宇宙船のある一隻
Oh, we're going to the wreckage.
よかったなその準備もしないといけないのに時間がないので連合会は情報が漏れるのを恐れている同行するの昨夜の襲撃現場に
Oh, so Ghostblade and your daughter?
それでは危険だ
Oh, your staff.
だったら私がそれがいい君は口も固い一緒に来てくれたら
Okay, yeah, bring
我々は
Ghostblade.
安心だああそうだな
And that was To Be Hero X episode 15. Oh my god, never in a million years did I ever think Ghostblade would be Nono's father. Oh my god, what a twist that was. I think in the last episode I was thinking that Ghostblade was like the stalker, the creep, but I thought maybe he was hired because someone else was stalking her. But obviously, no. He's been stalking her whole life. Literally her entire life he has been stalking her because his wife left him and he could never really have a relationship with his daughter. This was the only way he knew how. And it's such a sad story too. It's very tragic that because of who he is, he can't maintain relationships with other people. Like, yes, he found this woman who seemed perfect for him, who was also very understanding of silences, on the same wavelength as Ghostblade, but she changed because people do that, people change. And obviously when his wife learned that she was pregnant, it changed everything for her. She wanted a true family and she wanted like the company of one. She didn't want to be in silence all the time anymore. And that sucks for Ghostblade because he has to be in the silence. He needed it for his own like mental health and sanity. He is overstimulated and overwhelmed by people constantly talking around him. And this whole crazy scene of his backstory with all of his family members just constantly talking, there's constant noise, they're flittering about, they're like, oh, the way they're drawn to just basically overstimulate you, incredible to really show the mindset that Ghostblade has and how everything was so overwhelming for him. And he really thought that silence was key. And it's because he basically lived without silence and he wanted it. And then once he becomes Ghostblade, he has to be silent. He can't speak. The belief of his followers and his fans makes it so he has to stay silent. And that just makes it so much tougher when you look back on that phone call and you realize he is trying to speak. And that's the first time we saw him really try to speak. And it was for his daughter. He was trying to make the effort. But I also loved seeing this episode from Ghostblade's point of view, because it's so funny now in hindsight that he was the creep, he was the stalker all along. It was him, and he just had no idea. He had no idea he was doing anything wrong. Poor No, honestly, like being harassed by your own father and you have absolutely no idea. I do kind of wish that, you know, what could have really saved this from never happening would be if maybe Ghostblade wrote letters to his daughter, because maybe he can't live the life that his wife wanted him to, and so of course that relationship would not work out because of that. But he could still write letters to his daughter, he could text her. But I'm really curious how Nono was raised. Was she raised thinking her father is dead, or that her father doesn't want her, or that her father is just no longer in the picture? Maybe she has no idea. Maybe the mother never gave an explanation. I don't know. Ghostblade was getting her gifts. So was he getting her gifts every year? And so she knew she had a father until all of a sudden that stopped? Like, I really am curious about that situation from Nono's point of view, because then it would be easier to understand why Ghostblade never actually interacted with her as a father, because maybe he couldn't. But wow, what a fascinating character he is, always wanting to be an assassin because everything is too loud and death is silent. Also interesting that he retains the word hero, even though he's an assassin. Which is, you know, I feel like that's always the antithesis of a hero. That's usually the anti-hero. Usually heroes, they are on a pedestal, they have certain standards to uphold, and usually one of those is no killing. That seems to be like a huge rule in the hero community in every hero story, is that you're not allowed to kill if you're a hero. And of course there are stories that play around with that. But this one's interesting because he is an assassin. Is he marketed as an assassin so the public knows he is an assassin and they still put all their trust in him, even knowing that he's going out and killing people? Because that's what it sounds like, and that's super interesting to me. And it makes sense because, of course, even in fictional stories now, people always root for the anti-hero. They become one of their favorites. And like the only example that's really coming to my mind right now is the Red Hood. His entire story really is one of the most iconic ones, I think, in anti-heroes. I feel like so many people love his character now as the Red Hood rather than Robin. I know I'm one of them. I find his story fascinating. I personally really love it. I feel like if a person like that actually existed in this world of heroes, I would probably put my trust in him too. So that's just a really cool thing to think about. I also like how at the end there, Ghostblade was able to see an interaction between a father and a daughter. So now he knows like the emotions that are supposed to be there. He knows what you're supposed to say, because I think that's also a problem with Ghostblade is he doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know what to feel. He's just very different in that aspect, and it's not a bad thing, but it's just something that a lot of people can't accept. And that's very unfortunate for him. I am glad that now that we're going to the alien wreckage at some point, that Ghostblade will be there. And I think the only reason he volunteered is because his daughter may or may not be there. I was kind of confused on who the scientist was talking about when he was like, I'm just going to bring my team that was there. Like, are you including Nono and your daughter in that? Or are you just including the scientists that were there? I'm leaning towards thinking that he's going to bring his daughter and Nono, just because they were so heavily involved in this. And that makes sense why Ghostblade wanted to go. Also, I think Mr. Rock here is realizing that his control over Ghostblade is slipping a little bit, because first he was on that phone call with someone else and Mr. Rock was very upset at that. And now he's volunteering himself to go to the wreckage without Mr. Rock basically controlling that and basically bringing that to the table first. He seemed to be kind of upset with that too. Just little interesting things with his character there. Also, one interesting thing I did want to note before we move on is that that creature that was at the end of Queen's arc, that like dog, unicorn, huge Anubis-like creature, it popped up in this episode too. So I'm very curious what this dog thing is about. I still think it has something to do with Big and Little Johnny. Does that mean we're going back to them at some point? I don't know. Because this episode, obviously it was a part of, I won't say a part of Lolly's arc, but it was still a part of that arc, that storyline, even though it didn't focus on Lolly. It makes me think that there's one more episode because of the whole going to the wreckage thing, because I do want to see that. I just don't want to move on from the storyline. I really like Ghostblade and I want to know more about him and what he plans to do to reconnect with his daughter, if anything. But let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this episode. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like and subscribe and check out my other shows here on the channel. And with that, thank you for watching. Until next time, bye!